Thursday. We are not thoughting today. We will be doing some of that arty stuff called watercolor.
And plus bringing in a whole bunch of other stuff that we did and showing you what I did with it.
All the things.
That I told you I was going to do with it, and actually, you know, it materialized.
Yeah. Hello, hello, everyone. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. We do not know that you are here otherwise.
And
we like to know that you are here because you are our arty friends, and we love to be friendly. The people here in the chat, most of all, are very friendly. I mean, they're regulars and whatnot, but we like you to, you know, become a regular. We like that. It's a good thing. And then give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. That helps us get known to all of the other people. Like, you know, if you're new.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit live chat. Thank you, Darcy. I
yes,
don't have
live chat
on.
I do need to do that. I've been trying to come into the streams a little faster because I think that it does make a difference when people are, you know, first finding us. It's what I'm telling myself. I don't know these things to be true. What? This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are PM Artist Studio. I have no idea why she was so close. See, she moved up on me. Okay. Sorry, she was like big head.
Yeah, I don't need to be. I don't want you, you know, just
big head you.
See my nose hairs.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. But okay, let's say hello to everybody because I'm seeing a lot of pinky hello hands, and that
yeah, and I
makes
saw Eddie in there, and he said he was lurking.
She said you weren't allowed to lurk.
And I said people with tools weren't allowed to work.
Y'all are allowed to lurk. Don't listen to her. She's not in charge, even though she thinks she is. Ann Hutchins is here. Barbara, Becky, Betty, Candy, Carrie, Charmaine, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darcy, Dana, Ellen, Erna, Estella, Isabel, Jeanette, a.k.a. Janette, Janine, I believe you are new, Jennifer Scott, Jennifer Dog Life, hello, I think you are new, Julie, Ketra, Linda, Lisa, Lydia, oh, it moved on me, new people. Eddie's in there. I did say hello to Eddie, right? I know we were talking about it.
I saw him earlier that he said he was lurking, and I told him. Right.
Linda's here. Lisa, Lydia. Making it with me. That's Lisa. Marguerite, Nancy. Nancy. We got our Nancys representing. We have our Paulas representing Paula and Paula. Robin, S-H-E, that's Sarah. Sorry. Sherry Black Dog Design, Star Travel, that's Linda, Sue Davis, Suzanne Rivard, Susie Allen, The Shelley Studio, that's Margle, Veranda Wiltz. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It is simply you did not show up in the list. I know that some people were popping in and out of there. So, you know, give me extra pinky hello hands. I will make sure that I say hello back. Hello, Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi. All right, let's do this. Oh, she has something very special to show you. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready?
Get ready to just go change your underwear.
For reals. I don't know. Did we set the bar too high? We might have set the bar too high.
Mayfie.
Mayfie. Look at this. Doesn't this look fabulous? Are you like losing it? Are you losing it? I'm fixing her.
Yeah. Look at this. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? This is the back side. Do I have it in the proper placement?
She's waiting to see it in the...
And voila!
How about that? Isn't that amazing? Now, the funny thing is like, this seems to just be the little hot trend, sort of. Now, P didn't use, like, the magicals or the, you know, the, like, sparkly powders or pan pastels, but very similar kind of technique.
Yeah, I thought about it. But I really wanted a little more oomph to it than the pearly powders were going to give to me. So, I just went with paint.
Sharon?
And you can see all of the different colors I used here to create this sort of... I think it looks very woodcut.
It does. I said that even when you pulled that. Or put it down.
So, I want to get a color on here before I start my watercolor. I want to go through all of the stuff that we've already done so we can kind of get that out of the way. Because if I get my watercolor stuff out here, I've just got stuff all over the place. And yeah, it's not a good thing. Okay, Mariah and I talked about this prior to. We are thinking about, no, I can't believe it. Did I put my gold away?
She's cleaning up.
I did.
Do you need me to grab it?
No, I apologize. Here it is, hidden out behind the golden.
And we got our Sandy Franklin scarves on today. I think this might be one of the last ones. I know I have there's one other pink one.
I have 2 more to go. And do you notice this really wonderful tie job? I can show you how to do that.
I have mine pinned. Like, mine is not going anywhere. 3
Well,
pins.
mine's not going anywhere either because I've got it. What you do, if you, on these long scarves,
Hello, Gerald.
if you take and you tie the ends together and then tie them through the loop and then tie it again, it doesn't go anywhere.
Well, you get yours up tighter around your neck. I don't like that. I feel a little constricted and like...
Well, I like mine to do that simply because then my necklaces aren't eating into my neck.
Yeah, I didn't wear any necklaces.
And sometimes they do. And did you notice my lovely pearls?
I love your pearls.
Mariah wouldn't let me go in and get ear cuffs today, so I just have these really cool little fishy ear bobs.
Look at that.
And I have a matching fishy bracelet, which I stole from
I have my Marcia
Mariah's.
Markle mashed up with some other, sparkles. Okay, good. We
Okay.
gave you the jewelry review.
Okay. Yeah, and I have on my painty brown shirt.
Yeah.
And you can see where the paint mostly hits, so I think it's going to...
We're gonna
I
go
think
with
the
paint.
scarf is safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Some of that stuff up on the front, I don't know if that's paint, but we'll go with it.
It's a clean shirt. It's paint. I mean, I got it off the hanger in the closet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get stained.
Yeah. I haven't cooked in it yet, so. Okay. This is fluid iridescent gold deep fine. And I think this is going to be absolutely perfect for this. I think that gold showing around the edge of this is just going to pump it up. And there are little sparkly places there where I'm hoping that gold is going to ooze down into those little crevasses and have a little bit of a bling bling.
Yay.
That's my thought.
I am on this. I'm with it. I'm for it. I'm signed up to it.
All right, I have, what is this here?
Mm-hmm.
Aha. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm trying to get...
Oh,
I've got
awesome, Lisa. Awesome.
hammer mill here. I don't want to cover... I've got my...
I saw that. Thank you, Margie, and thank you for posting. Margie has received her ATC coins.
Oh, I have... okay.
Did you get hers?
Yes, I got Margie's. Sorry.
Have you gotten anything else? Because we're missing a thing from Mo. I thought
I would tell you that.
Okay, I thought the package from Mo, it ended up actually being the package from Carrie. So I'm very
look at that
excited to
bubble.
swap and make. April's going to be lots of fun too, y'all. I need to...
Why is April going to be special?
Because there's a handful. Let me know in the chat if you are one of my channel people that are participating with another channel person for the April swap and make. For the hashtag flip. Oh, good golly. I was feeling really confident about that, but dang it. Not so much. 1 second. Oh, actually, I shouldn't tell y'all. Should I tell y'all? Well, I almost said it. Because you don't really know. Now, the channel people, they know. But I'm going to tell y'all. Because I almost let it out of the bag anyway. Might as well. See, you show up to chats or you show up to streams and you get, insider information.
Yeah.
Sometimes planned, most likely not. Okay, what am I?
Well, it depends on who's delivering it.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't tell you anything. Okay.
I have a lot of stuff falling over here.
So April's Maker's Creative Collab theme is going to be Flip, Fly, Flora, Fauna. That's 4 F's. And if you know, you know.
And if you don't, just get
You
your
know,
bum over
maybe
there.
ask somebody, but do it by private message.
Oh, look at that coverage. That's what I like to see. Because I have a lot. If you can see, the bumpy stuff out here.
Bumpy.
That's
paint.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that the gel plate gods and goddesses are smiling upon this
Hello, Rhonda.
today. We don't know.
Hello,
Oh,
Jennifer
that's
McKinnon. Hey, everybody's giveaway that has won so far has been sent out. That's including the 2 little,
boy, that was right on the edge of it.
the 2, watercolors from yesterday.
I was thinking I didn't need this today, but
You need it.
I need it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to really get that down into all of those little places that it needs to go into. And let's take a look.
That's going to be a humdinger.
It's going to be great if it comes off of there. I mean, it is going to be absolutely lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry to hear that, Miriam.
I don't know that I should have shown you that one first.
Yeah, because some of the, you know, like the designers and our people, like the heads of the different events and things, get involved in the planning of the themes of each month. And so when I had whipped that upon them, now Eddie thought, I think Eddie like thought it was funny right away. Darcy was unsure.
She wasn't sure?
Yeah.
The 4 Fs?
Yeah, the 4 Fs. She's like, she sort of got it, but then she's like, am I reading too much into it, and is it kind of weird? That was the feeling I got. That's really awesome. I like it on the backside better. I hate it when that happens.
I almost do too. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm glad Mariah brought that up, because once we finish all of this March Mayhem mastery,
Masteries of Mayhem.
you know, whatever. I want to get back into this because Brad is designing some stencils that are going to be absolutely.
This is why I can't tell they're anything.
Hey, I didn't say what they were.
Well, you know, but they're.
What? They don't know. But anyway, they are going to lend themselves to this technique absolutely beautifully, and that's what we're going to focus on the first day back, which will probably be Tweaky Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to figure out what we're going to put down here to get this up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I am thinking something matte and light.
Mm-hmm.
So when I want to go matte and light, I usually go with vanilla ice cream or, and I've got kind of a situation up here on the hoop-de-doo, or toasted marshmallow. You know, I'm kind of leaning towards this, mainly because I know there's enough in there. This is feeling decidedly light. And Mariah's going to make me consolidate my...
I have. I've been mentioning it a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that I've been mentioning it a lot, but she's got to do something. Like, you can't just keep
building up out here.
Yeah. Like, there has... I think that if you had... utilize your larger bottles there and then kind of represent each color kind of primary to maybe secondary.
Well, that sounds pretty anally organizational.
Anally organizational. Well, I mean, I've been called worse.
Yeah, just stick with the A and...
Love you too, Mom.
Okay, well, we got lots of paint on, which is good. And then we'll have good adhesion. But I would like to get rid of these, and I'm just plastering this paper over here.
I will give good, I have good little, thoughts on each one of the words, the prompts. Also gonna give y'all a little sneaky peeky on that in order to participate in the collage prompts, those 4 F1s will also be part of it because I'm in charge of it. So that's what happens. I consolidate prompts. I'm a prompt consolidator.
I jump out and make art.
And anally organize things.
And anally organize.
That's so wrong.
I just, you know.
It's funny.
I just poop it out. There's no organization at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very little.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm desperate.
Mm-hmm. There, that's better. Streamlining Queen, Mariah. That
Yeah.
looks lovely. Well done.
All right.
And that was the one way you could achieve sort of... The flip would have been much cooler looking, but
Yeah.
that was the next best thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, I've got some things that have married up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling out a gel plate that I don't really want. All right, I gotta have.
Thank you,
It's a
Kestra.
two-hander. Remember
Hi,
this?
Trisha.
Remember this?
Hey, Trisha Dewey did a,
Oh, I love the people thing.
I swear, you're like always about a video or two behind.
I just saw it on Makers. It was the people thing. I liked it a lot. Okay, this is really boring, so I'm not worried
Well,
about it.
today, just today, she posted a video.
Oh,
And
well.
she compared gel press Jelly Arts plate and then that other one from, you know, that company that we don't really talk about. Starts with a T. But anyway, turns out that you don't really want to buy those plates anyway because they aren't really... I haven't watched the very last of it, though, when you got to the little one, and I was like, dang it. It seemed like there was going to be some key information, but I had to go.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, other things call.
Yes.
Okay, this was the flop
Hi,
off
Brua. Hi, Diane.
of this. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay, I just got this out to remind you. All right, this was the first pull to get stuff off the plate. But remember, the reason we got this was because of this.
Yes.
And golden open
Paints.
carbon black.
Yes.
All right, I just...
Eddie just did a video comparing black paints. Also very informative. I've been watching people. I've been watching y'all.
Okay, and this is like, I think, the very last one.
I need to get caught up on my Darcy videos. I'm a little behind on
All
Darcy
right.
videos. I apologize.
Okay, and I wanted to show you this because look at how wonderful it is. I
Okay.
really need a white piece of paper or a light piece of paper here with nothing in the background. You're going to get a little hint of what is to come there.
Today's all about the teasers. I didn't know that. Just teasing all over the place.
All right, I want you to see this.
It's so
This
beautiful.
side
It's so
first,
beautiful.
because this is the side where I came in with the brush and did a little gold around the stamen parts of the flowers.
And I'm going to tell you, don't fauna this one up. There's some funny right there, too. Hilarity today. Hilarity.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so then I left it on the plate after I did the gold, and I went over the top of it with transparent red iron oxide while it was still on the plate. But the underneath one, do you remember that one? That was using the Payne's Gray, and it was like almost a brayer out.
And here's where, okay, this is where I think Payne's Gray is pretty darn cool. Because it seems to be the only one you can get almost that steely, you know, most of the time it's a metallic that's going to give you that sort of color.
This is true.
But the Payne's Gray is not
And
metallic.
it has to be, I'm really telling you,
Mhm.
the open colors act differently than the regular. Just know that when you're ordering them. Don't expect them to be the same. They are going to tell you they're the same color, but they don't act the same way when you use them.
Yeah.
All right, now on this one, I am going with the very same thing.
Ooh, but remember we did discuss
What did we discuss?
the Titan Pale Green. Because it might bump up the blue just ever so slightly.
Well, I think the blue is going to go green,
You do?
especially if you...
All right, go with, yeah. That is the safer bet.
I think it is, and I do think that the Titan is an option. Am I not loud enough?
Yeah, I moved it. Sorry.
Sorry, you haven't heard anything I've said so far. Should we start over?
You want to start over?
I actually have one of my ears is working. Have you noticed that? Okay. I already shook this up, but you know, it never hurts. It's like washing your brushes before you use them. Oh wow, that's way too much paint.
Sorry, guys. I was messing with the camera, and so when I was messing with the camera, I was like, the mic was in the way, so I just pulled it up. So, they cranked up the volume, but now that, you know, you should be good. One of these days we'll have fancy little, you know, like lavalier, you know, hooky-on-y mics.
Well, I just don't want to wear something.
Maybe she won't
have to
have
worry
that.
about,
I'll just have that mic just hanging right over her head.
Yeah, that's where I want it. I do not want it on my body anywhere.
Just don't want to be mic'd up.
I don't.
She could be caught on a
I'm
hot
gonna
mic.
make that a little juicier than I did the other one. Just for chuckles and grins.
Eddie, you have no idea how often that is said around here.
What?
Mariah, stop touching things. I get in trouble a lot for, like, you know, putting things away or moving them around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, she also tells me not, if it has anything to do with technology, she says, don't touch that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't touch that camera.
Mm-hmm. Barbara Cabrera would like to know, can you add silver metallic to Payne's Gray to get a steely color? Of course.
No, I'm thinking you could.
Yeah.
I haven't done it, but that sounds marvelous.
We'll give him that job, Bruja.
Look at that.
It's gonna be beautiful. I want it to all come up. Remember, because this is like 2 or 3 days worth of stuff, and you know, yeah. Each one has dried up quite well.
1, 2, 3. The pull coat's the 4th layer,
and probably about the 4th stream, maybe.
I don't.
You know, we try to get it in 3.
I don't really know for sure. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably, none of those are ready to pull. All right, I think we're pretty much finished with that. We're just going to jump right into watercolor.
Yes, Peggy. All of her gel plates are on plexiglass.
Yes, they are, and there's a reason for that, because that's the way I store them.
We can move them around.
And that way I don't have to worry about. All right, I'm trying to get this so I can get my various and sundry watercolor sets, because none of them seem to do everything. I wish the closest that comes to that is this one, but it's really big.
It's the Hippie Crafter one. And then it was mentioned, I think it was it Jolynn?
I could take all this out and just put this down over here and have it flat.
But it was mentioned about the granulating. You know, you have the one liquid
stuff.
stuff.
Here I have this. I don't know what it's from. Yeah, I have some granulating fluid over here.
Yeah. And I said, oh,
but
yes.
I don't know really how you use it.
Well, you mix it in, and then it should act more like those
how do
other
you mix it? How do you mix in pan watercolors? On your paper?
Hey, your job is to get note up about those sorts of things, and then I watch you, and then I retain the knowledge, and then I try to, you know, give it back whenever needed.
You need to read that and see if somebody tells you.
Okay.
I mean,
we don't know everything. We don't.
Hey, and you know, put it in capital letters. Holler at her, because otherwise she won't read it to me. If you want me to hear it, put it in capital letters. Holler at her. Okay, it'll be okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's really amazing that I wrote down the obvious, but
right,
didn't write down what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was a granulating experiment or if that was just, I don't know. Well, I have this, and I should talk about this because you can tell I use it.
Mix on palette.
And all
what
it
Barbara
is
says.
It's a dish that we got from.
Hello, Carly.
I think you're supposed to like bake in it or something, because it's porcelain, and it's matte on this
Hello,
side,
Leah.
and then this side is glazed with a matte glaze, but this is raw clay back here. I like this thing.
It's kind of big.
It is kind of big, and I don't know that.
That's a lot of real estate.
It's a lot of real estate. That's my problem with these jobbers. When you open them up, look how much room they take up.
That's all of the space.
That's a lot of space.
Or like I could go really high with the camera, but again, her like space. She packs it in, y'all.
I pack it in. Okay. Well, I kind of think I can figure out the colors here. I'll just put, but then I need that to.
Oh.
All right. I think that this is going to work. If these fall over here, I'll use some of the crap tape to tape it up.
Oh, hey, the Shelley Studio, Margot, says add to your water, and then when you dip your brush in, you just get some. Then it becomes granulating. Or you can mix it on the palette. That's what Barbara Cabrera said.
Mix it on the palette when you're mixing your colors?
Yeah, with the granulating stuff. So there's options.
Options,
There ain't
Mariah.
just one way to do it.
All right, I'm going to circle tape this to this dauber. And we know that that probably won't last very long.
Oh, very good recommendation. Jeanette, or AKA Janette, found that a 3x6 soap dish that is flat is perfect for blending as a little palette and nice little size.
What is it?
A soap dish, you know, just a little flat one. Probably not the actually the ridged one might kind of be nice because it'd probably help keep certain ones a little separated. You got to keep them separated.
I think that's a great idea, and it wouldn't, as Mariah said, it wouldn't take up much real estate. Shucky darns. Okay. Well, while we're talking about the watercolors, I'm going to go ahead and put drops of water in everything just because I don't know what I'm going to use. I've got some metallics, and Mariah, you have the other metallics. I'm not putting anything in there because
I do.
What I have found with these one that I got from April, they're wonderfully creamy.
Oh, Paula Mayan.
What?
She prefers to put the granulating stuff directly onto the wet color on the paper. So she kind of like drops it in.
Oh.
So there you got 3 ways to do it. Maybe that's a video for somebody.
Yeah.
How many ways can you granulate?
All right, I'm just bringing back in because we're going to work with some of these. Because I did have such wonderful twigs here, and I'm really into cherry blossoms because I've been watching all of these Japanese Asian fantasy period pieces with the, you know, large flowing clothes, and you can see, look at that. Doesn't that look like a kung fu fighter?
That's where her Rorschach brain is right now.
Yeah, that's where my brain is. But I looked up, and in Texas, the black cherry tree is indigenous and wild growing here. You have to understand, not all cherry trees are alike, but Christy Hartman's, the blossoms tend to cluster. So I'm going to work on that separately. I don't want to do that today because that's something I want to put myself into, you know, a zone and do that. So that's not happening today. Just letting you know. I might practice some brush strokes. All right, so this is the black modeling paste. And it definitely is opaque black color and is dense, thick texture. Love it. A little bit different, you know, here. I put the knife on the side and you can see I pulled it through the paste and whatnot. And it does have a definite texture. I didn't do anything else to that, but I did get that out here. Remember we talked about this? I might do something to that today. I don't know. Some more. I want to keep these little, Mariah calls them Rorschachs, but they're really not because they're not the same on both sides. And then, look at this.
I guess it depends on who's looking at it.
All right, now I want to talk about this. Remember big balls and little balls? Remember big balls
Size
and little
matters.
balls? Size matters. When you buy this granulating stuff, go with fine. Remember the gold? It's big chunky stuff. It doesn't go through the stencils unless your stencil has big open spaces. But this is the fine, the silver, and look at that. Now we're going to do something with that today. I've got 2 piles.
Susan says, can you do carrot people? I don't know what carrot people are, but...
Kind of like, what?
She does things like this.
Trisha did on her thing? Yeah. I'm not talking about that right now, Mariah. I'm not talking about that. Did you show it anyway?
I did. It's just, I've kept it from the last time she did, you know, things, birds.
Okay, so here's like a mucked up watercolor.
I love it.
You have one of those kind of things where all the colors get together out there and make mud. But I think I pulled it out. And I pulled it out. I'm going to do some stuff to that today.
We were heading to Dirty Town.
Dirty Town. Mud. Check this out.
She saw the exit. Sorry. I'm being too funny for you today. You need to get a little bit where I'm at.
Mariah, when I'm trying to think about what I'm doing over here, it's really hard for me to get involved in your
my hilarity.
Funnies. funnies.
Oh.
Ha-has.
Fun.
Okay, so this was the original that I put through the screen, the
That looks
stencil.
cool.
And then this is the wipe off and rub off.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you what about this stuff. It just, I see, I've got little pieces of it all over the place here.
Oh, see, Lisa says you could do little carrots with root babies. She'll make weird little creatures. It's fine. We can call them roots and babies and whatever.
Yeah. All right, this is clear.
Some of them.
I did get a little bit of muck caught underneath. It's kind of like, you know, amber and insects.
Mm-hmm.
I used this stencil. I mean, I still see some silvery stuff on it as well.
It sticks around, and then you had it all over you.
I had it. See, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. But over the top of this, after I did some line designs. Oh, don't let me forget to show you the watercolor journal. Now this is definitely some.
Well, you're gonna do another little watercolor.
I'm going to do another little.
Or,
but don't let me forget.
Okay.
Kung Fu fighting.
Hello, Gina.
Gestural, you know, the whoosh, 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 and the flowy robes. And this is the aftermath of Kung Fu fighting. Some more. Aerial born.
That looks like a dog.
No, it's figures flying
That's
through the air.
It's a poodle. There's a poodle in there.
Bull pucky. All right, we still have this one. I'm not sure what to do with it, but it's not done. I'm just announcing that.
I know, but it is so good, so you've got to be...
I know. I must be circumspect about what I do to it.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do anything to it. I like this one. I'm not doing anything to it yet. I like this one. I really, you know, I mean, this reminds me of Don Quixote.
Yep.
You get that feeling?
A little bit.
It's
Or
a hat.
or an alien on an exercise bike.
I liked Don Quixote a lot better. Somebody made the observation that these were sort of orchid-like, and I really think that I thought that was wonderful. But I really didn't think about that. And I did do a little bit of line work on this. We might do something with that today, since I think I've already screwed it up. I love the cockroach. The cockroach is staying just like it is. I think this is very much orchid-like.
Oh, do you have your little granulating stuff there to
Yeah.
show? It's Winsor Newton, isn't it? That's kind of vaguely what I remember.
I don't know. If I pull this one out, I'm going to, you know, pull a whole bunch of others out. So, just a sec here.
Okay.
Winsor Newton, Flow Improver. Is that the same thing?
No, that is not. The thing that we're looking for is like that little short glass bottle, and I don't know that you have it like right there. That's why I was a little surprised when you said that it was like there.
I don't have it.
No, but it's like a Winsor Newton. It's in a little glass bottle.
I don't know. I have a feeling it's somewhere on that thing. I obviously don't use it very often. I don't. That's not the kind of watercolors I do.
Yeah.
And somebody else mentioned something about graphite, powdered graphite and whatnot. That's just way too complicated. I like this one, but I think we'll do something with that today. I like the movement on this one. I'm not willing to do that. I really, you know what I love about this one? Is this area right here where the negative edge.
Yeah, these were all done, or most of them were done yesterday.
All right, I have decided I officially
Wednesday stream.
dislike textured.
It's official.
It's official. I don't like it.
For watercolor.
Yeah, for watercolor.
I'll tell you, texture, cold press watercolor paper is fantastic for gel printing and trying to get it textured, you know, pebbly.
It is, and I'm putting this over here because I really want to do something with it that, you know, is going to make it sing. Right now it's singing a song, but they're a little off key. Mark making with watercolors. I'm hoping that we're going to get some of that in today, and you can see here different techniques on top of each other, and just playing around with whipping little lines out.
Hey, Mary Ellen.
Okay. got all that, and I think I've saved out enough here that I can really, we can do something with those. But first of all, we're going to mess around on these so I can kind of get into it.
Yeah.
and start feeling it.
And you made a second one, or you're just...
Well, these are just the ones that I did on the cards.
Okay. That's the route you went. Okay.
Yes. And I just, you know, I was going to use the white modeling paste on top. And the reason I didn't is because I've done that before.
You did a lot.
A lot.
Because we like it. You know
like
about it.
I've done that multiple times on ATC, so y'all know what, pardon me, happens when you do that. I need a little drink of water here. I might have to get the whiskey out.
Okay.
It's getting close to my birthday.
It's your birthday week.
It is.
I used to celebrate it for a whole month.
You know, I love this brush, and somebody made the comment that...
okay, I need to... Yeah.
Do we need to talk about this?
Just for a second, and I'm going to try to do it real quick. Like, here's the dealio. This particular brush was bought back in 2022. That was 2 years ago. Like, literally almost 2 years ago. Because it was for her birthday. The problem is that one is no longer available. Amazon recommended one that was similar. It is not exactly the same. It is called the dagger brush. It doesn't have the black, and this was the one that I purchased for her is a synthetic squirrel, which I'm like, I mean, how do you determine that it's synthetic squirrel? I don't know. Anyway, I have questions about that. That was just a little side note.
Faux rodent.
Faux rodent. Might still steal your nuts. I don't know. Sorry.
We don't know if they're walnuts or pecans.
Right. Faux.
In Texas, they'd be pecans.
So the one that I do have in the shop is a little bit different. But I went with the size because that 1/2 inch is was harder to find as far as a similar brush. I'm sure there are lots of them. Some of them were very expensive. A lot of them end up being in sets. So that was one single one that price point wise was basically the same and was the same size. So that's why I went with what I did.
And my feeling about it is you know, don't be put off by the price, because it's like I said, I have brushes that are 25 years old and I still use them. If you take good care of them, and the thing is with watercolor, they don't have a tendency to build up at the ferrule.
Yeah.
Whereas with the acrylic paints, it doesn't matter. All of them are going to build up on the ferrule. I have put this over in my water. I don't use my watercolor. You noticed. I don't use...
She keeps them separated.
I will not use this on with acrylic paints.
Those are all over here. And
those are all over here, and I've got some more over there. And I don't mind using these. This is a 3/4 inch. This wiggly ferrule really drives me crazy. I'll have to take my pliers to it. But I'm going to show you today, you know, you can get some good effects with these synthetic, with the ones that have a little bit more spring to them. You can get some cool effects with those. So don't, you know, if that's what you have, or that's what you can get, that's what you can afford, you know, don't worry about it. It's good. Okay, I've already got some stuff mixed up out here.
yes, you are an Aries, right?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a Libra. That's why I balance it all out.
All of the qualities of Aries, and I'm bossy and whatnot.
Rammy.
Okay, now, we didn't do a lot of wet on wet the other day. Here's another one of my, oh, this is Dick Blick. Master Stroke from the UK. It's a number 12. Hey, it's a decent brush. I don't think it didn't break the bank. And I mean, it's not like cheap, but.
Yes, Isabel, were you the one that left that in the comments too? And I told P about that. If you rub the graphite color with a spoon, it'll become shiny.
Yes, and I have not tried that yet, but I certainly will. Okay, now I love wet on wet, and I like when people will honor what happens with wet on wet. I'm not doing a lot of brush business here. I'm not stroking it around and mussing it about. I'm letting it do what it needs to do.
It's kind of like cooking rice.
Okay, this is really great here. Okay, we've got a little bug going on here. This little...
Could be a squirrel.
Antennae.
Oh, never mind. Not squirrel anymore. You know, squirrels with the little tufted.
You know, like a snail type bug. And in order to get that to really do, you know, wonderful things with the wet on wet, I can't tell you what kind of paper this is, but I'm just going to leave that for right now so that you can kind of see what's happening there.
They're yelling, snail. Yes, it is a 1/2 inch. And that was why, like, all the ones I kept finding were a 1/4.
You can get nice sharp edges with this. You can get those little wispy, depending on what side of the brush that you use. You can get those effects with this. It's just not the same, and it doesn't have the same feel.
And Andy says that the Neptune 1/2 inch dagger is available on Blick for $13.95.
Well, there you go.
And Mo put in the link to our affiliate if you want to use that. We very much appreciate it. And it's, you know, no extra cost to y'all or anything like that. But, you know, we get some little monies. It's awesome.
Okay, I think I've got all these pretty much wet.
I like how you did that.
Yeah, thank you, Mariah. I wasn't blowing you off or anything.
I know.
Okay, let's use a different color here. I'm just going to reach over here and get some of this.
Now that this pan that's right here, you know, in this area, that is the Hippie Crafter that she's dipping in right now. The one right above her, that is that the set? That's kind of a mixed set, isn't it? Some of it came from, because I think some of that came from Xandra, and then some of it came from a little creative over there on Etsy. That's April.
And it's like I said with these cheaper, the Hippie Crafter is going to be a more moderately priced. You're not going to have the same kind of lovely, what do I want to say? I'm just going to try to get some mixy stuff going on here.
Yes, Gerald, exactly.
But once you really, you know, if you're using your color straight out of the thing there.
Oh, and if you're in Canada, Opus Arts carries the Plymouth Neptune brushes. Wonderful.
Remember, this what we're making right here is kind of our master board. I'm going to hand this off to Mariah, and she can use pieces and parts of it and cut it up and add it to her. Oh, look at the beads there.
Hold that up if you can, if it's not too wet.
Oh, it doesn't matter because
okay.
I'm at this stage. I'm just, if my colors run together, I don't really care.
Isn't that fun? Oh, see, that was very, look at that. That's just fun to watch. May not be super arty, but
yeah,
it's good entertainment.
Entertainment value is great.
How good this art is, we don't know.
Okay, now you can see this is some of that clear.
That was some of that GAC stuff, wasn't it? The thicker.
Yes, the thicker stuff. And what I remembered about it and didn't say anything about it is some people use this for like a faux wax technique.
Oh.
Where they will.
Yes, the lady talked about that.
The lady talked about that, and it came back to me.
Look at, she was listening.
I was listening.
Good job. We do learn things sometimes from other people. Not just, you know, from the internet.
But I think that that's really interesting what happens with that. And you really kind of need to go with some, a little heavier on the color with that to really get that to materialize and do cool things. Now, here's what's interesting. Remember, I used that same stuff to glue down the beads, the little balls. These are the small balls.
Okay, why don't you do a little point and give everybody just a little, remember which one was what?
I don't have them.
Well, I know, but can you, okay, so the top right corner, the silvery one, that is the, oh, in fact, I have that little thingy, don't I? Oh,
no.
Hold on, I got it. That is the Pearl Mica Flake Small.
Yes, fine.
That's the golden. So, and then right next to it,
that's
the gold
ones.
Mica Flake Large.
So, you can see you know, what's going to happen there. And the reason I'm not getting a lot of paint adhesion out there is because it's just those little flakes are suspended in that clear, clear stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you don't leave spaces in between it, you're not going to get that.
Cool, yeah.
Cool.
Where it can puddle in.
Yeah.
And then, you know, spread out over the
Whole
peaks.
thing. Yeah.
Hangs out in the valleys. It's a valley kind of medium.
Okay, now this is the glass beads, and I'm thinking that's going to be very similar to what we have.
This was created on Monday. This is actual texture.
Actual texture. This was the actual texture day. But you are going to, with the acrylic paint, you would be much more likely to get, you know, it to stay down in those crevices.
Mm-hmm.
The watercolor, not so much. But you do get some. I mean, I don't know. I think it's
I love it.
Kind of interesting.
And one of the other cool things, like, I mean, we kind of knew this even because a lot of times we would use it with the metallic watercolors. You can come back, depending on the medium, doesn't happen with all of them, but you do the watercolor over it, and then you come back and you can wipe off wherever it is, you know, a peak.
Yes, like,
and then it stays down in the valley, and that's pretty cool.
Like, right here, I can suck up some of that.
I'm really loving the balls.
I can suck up some of those areas if I want to. I don't know that that's going to be, you know, like a big hoop-de-doo, but I love if you put this stuff down flat and then you put a piece of paper on it and pulled it up, you're going to get that that kind of sucky, you know, mud, like stepping in mud, and then when you lift your foot up, you get those peaks and valleys.
That's a good suck.
Yeah.
It's not a bad suck.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I do have some of the shiny watercolors that I got from Patty Tolly Parrish in Baltimore, and then Xandra. I got some from April.
And from Xandra.
And from Xandra. And I can't tell you which one is which. But I am going to pull in some of these. I'm going to pull in some of this.
I know that bottom one came from Xandra.
Yes, because it's mermaidy. Anything that looks slightly mermaidy. Yeah. Okay, so let's just put this over here and see what happens. Oh my goodness, look at that bubbling action there.
Oh, that's a great price in Canada. So Susan says that Curry's in Ontario has the Princeton Neptune Dagger brush for $16.99.
Well, there you go. Okay, isn't that cool looking? Did you all get that? Let's put a little of that over the... Let me pick up some more here. This is very soupy. See how soupy that is?
So I think that one was made... I kind of remember saying something about like a honey or something like that, which is true. So it's really creamy and it solubilizes very quickly.
Okay, this is some of that pink, and I think that this maybe also came from Xandra.
Yeah.
But look at that on the dark.
That's what I was thinking too, Paula. Look at that.
But I love this over the top of the coffee stuff.
I was going to say that was my favorite.
Isn't it?
Very nice.
And it looked so cool when it went on because it went... Sound effects.
I'm going to have to preface this. Like, I've been struggling. Like, I hate just putting watercolor in the title. Because to me, that feels like we're sort of misrepresenting the fact that this is watercolor plus mixed media.
And here's the thing. You should separate it out. It's not... These are watercolors.
And then we're not going to
But we're just using the colors of the water that are created with the water.
Watercolors.
Yeah. There's no...
The water's the transportation.
The mode of movement.
The mode of movement.
Okay, well, let's go with some... We pretty much got our blues. Let's get some orangey business going on here. I want to put down some water first because I just think that's... And this is some kind of watercolor paper. When I turn it over, remind me and I'll tell you what it is. Do you remember, Mariah?
Okay, wait, say that again. Sorry, I was reading chat.
Oh. What was this paper?
Oh, that one is, I believe, the hot pressed bucking board. Because it's not the big heavy stuff, right?
No.
Okay, so yeah, it's the bucking board and it's the hot press. Which we do have over there in our
I think
Amazon
that
shop.
looks very cool. Let's see if it shows up on the black. Oh, it kind of does.
A little bit. It'll probably fade in, though.
It probably will.
But we'll see.
Let's put a little bit on the edge of our balls here. Show you what happens when you mix.
Oh, wait. Yes. And €10 in the Netherlands.
Oh, my.
For the brush. Hey, the Neptune brush seems to be a winner chicken. Usually when we recommend something, then it's like $1 million over in the Netherlands.
Yeah. All right, now let's use a little bit more. I like this. And I'm going to use some of this stuff. Okay, I think this is some that's from Patty Tolly Parish.
And
and it's what do you call that? It's shifty.
Yeah.
Color shifty.
I can't remember where she got those from.
I don't know either, because she uses a whole bunch of different.
She does, and sometimes it's hard to keep up.
But she's the one that hooked me up with this, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did put
Hello,
these little
Tina.
things up here, Mariah, as giveaways.
Oh, you're just, look at you with all your giveaways. We're going to do one by the end of the stream. We're going to do it. So I still have, I may wait for the gel presses. And we're just going to give away the watercolor stuff today. So that way I can keep it, you know. Let me tell you, trying to get everything out
I'm using some
today,
of this
so
darker color down here.
love that together. And I even like that crazy orange.
Yeah. Okay, we got a lot of...
The only one I don't really care for right now is the snail. It looks out of place, and like the rest of it could all kind of sort of go together and sort of make sense. The snail's a little angry.
Hey, you're just going to have to live with it because I happen to like that snail a whole lot.
Okay.
All right, I vacuumed up that extra stuff there so that I can, when that dries, oops, wipey. God, I don't have on my, I'm kind of slopping stuff out here. Okay, now the other thing about this whole business of putting down, remember this one was done with pencil shavings and U.S. Art Supply modeling paste. Okay, so what? We've got blues, we've got reds, we've got oranges, we've got purples. We don't have any green. Oh, I feel sure that there's some reason why we don't have some green out here. Okay, we'll just go over here and pick up some green. I've got a big fat brush and a little bitty paint thing. So when I get two colors together, I don't really worry a whole lot about that. We're just going to take a swipe down through there.
Ooh. That's
Yeah,
a very
that's
bold swipe you did there.
Green.
Hi, well, in Australia, so the synthetic round was $31.50, which, I mean, again, still not too terrible.
Okay.
Hello, E. Danielson.
We're not getting a lot of flow here. The reason we're not getting a lot of flow here is because this is dimensional. It's like it's a blocking.
It's a blocker.
It's a flow blocker.
It's blocky.
I'm
It's
really,
not Bali, it's blocky.
I'm not loving that at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paint that on, and then I'm going to come in with something else and change it totally. And I messed up my shiny stuff there. Dadgummit.
Yeah.
Oh well. Then you come back in with your kitchen towel.
Ooh, wow. Happy retirement, Gerald.
And then you can, I'm really just not, I'm not liking that at all. So we'll at least have a little sparkle going on here.
Yeah. That's better. I'm glad you cleaned that up. That was going a little sideways.
Well, I knew that wasn't it wasn't going to be a green that you were going to use anyway.
No.
So we don't have any yellow, so let's at least make this limey. And I've got my green up over here that I've already mucked it up. So that's the time when you want to clean them up, is when
Yeah. Oh, see, now that's looking a little better.
yeah. Brown it out a little bit. I mean, we could make this mossy, but it's just really not working out that way. All right, there we go. We're getting some moss.
In between the rocks. Or on the rocks. Moss on the rocks. Mossy rocks. Careful, they're slippery.
And when I go over the top of those, I can really feel the bumpy.
Yeah.
The bumpy business.
Mm.
Okay, I'm really hating this. There we go. We just needed to get some serious color going on.
I just want to tell you that you do. I love you and I love what you're doing, but you need to move along if you want to get to all those things that you want to get to.
Okay.
You're having fun.
I am.
That's good. It's.
I am in the zone. All right, now let's go ahead and let's bring in. I've got this brown here, and you can see that's brown, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's mix a little. And what's one of the reasons that I kept these iridescent colors out here is to mix them in a little bit.
Yes.
Come back with your water. This is dirty water, so that's going to be great.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird master board. This is a master board unlike any other I've seen. Hello, Joanne. Oh, it does look like a turtle shell now. Good call.
What?
Turtle shell.
Yeah, it does. I'm liking it a lot better. I'm just thinking what other thing to add here to that edge to make it a little more interesting. And I really love that, and I think I've left that long enough. Okay, one more color, and then I'm done with this, and we're going to move on. Somebody mentioned that there is such a thing as white.
Oh yes, I think it was Robin. Was it Robin?
White ink. I don't have any of that, but I definitely I need some of that.
She feels like she does.
I feel like I do. Yeah.
She needs to know what that is.
Yeah, I need to know what that is.
And it was a Kiritaki.
Yeah.
But I think she said it was.
Now, this is some of that paint that is from the person that Patty Tully Parrish that she orders from. And it is
Okay.
more of a graphite-y.
Okay, so then that's Nibs and Ink.
Nibs and ink.
I think Inks and Nibs, Nibs and Ink. She is in the UK. So sweet. She sends tea and other little things and lots of other little sample things with her.
Yeah, and I have a whole little thing of them.
Mm-hmm.
That there somewhere. Okay, I think that looks kind of cool. It's kind of shellish. Okay.
The Kiritaki white ink is acrylic.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Mo. Yes, Nibs, pens, and ink. And there is the link. So all of the sparkly ones, and they are like the granulated. They will spread out and do and get that kind of crusty business looking stuff happening. Ooh, that's pretty.
I'm just whipping some stuff on here.
I love it.
Because Mariah wants me to move along because we do
Chose well. with
have
that.
other in that.
Oh, and I love, yeah, that's good.
And you can see where it it creates that white edge there.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that clear suspension liquid
Has
is
blocked it.
is oozing out. I don't notice that so much on the finer grain. So I think that's an interesting thing to think about.
It sort of makes sense because the chunkier it is, it kind of spreads out.
Yes, and leaves. Remember when I did the trees?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of there were a lot of open spaces, but
Yes.
it really wasn't open spaces. It was just more like it was just the medium. and not the
This
glitter.
This is over the glass beads, and I'm just coming right up against the coffee there.
Oh, Jeanette likes Dr. Martin's bleed proof white.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I left some of those clear ones so you can kind of tell.
Oh, I know, Wendy. I think at the end of the month it'll be better, right? Because you guys will be, everybody else has their time changed, so it does sort of put us back all in sort of sync. I don't know.
All right, can I hand you this?
Those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. We would love it if you give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. I got it.
Too terribly much.
I know.
Okay, we're going to come back to this business here of this really crappy watercolor on this really nice 300-pound hot press.
The 300-pound gorilla.
The 300-pound gorilla. And we're just, this is this paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a.
Oh, see, it's. I wish we could all just get on the same page about the whole.
So what I'm doing here is, I'm going to put down water here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put down my watercolor paper. And see how it dripped out over there? Okay, I know it's really sticking to that really nice. And now I want lots of water out here so I can get lots of water action.
Why'd you put the water on the plate?
To make it stick and absorb the water from beneath.
Okay.
Because that's going to keep it from warping so much.
Okay.
That's I don't really know that for sure. I just made that up. Okay, so.
Hello, Elizabeth. Ooh, that was fun.
And I don't really know where my water is here. I kind of just have to figure it out. And again, one of the nice things about using a really fat brush is you are going to get some different things going on here with grabbing paint out of these little things, because I'm not just getting one color. I can't have, over there. I need a little water over here.
So that blue, was that from your top one or was that from the Hippie Crafter?
That's from my top one.
Okay, so the top one, most likely that came in the Renaissance set, and that is from April Mathis.
No,
that's your Lucas Krill.
That's Lucas Krill.
Look at me knowing things.
That was on sale.
It was a great little set. I don't know if I have that in the shop because sometimes it's hard to find, but those are Lucas Krill watercolors. They're great. That's a great little set. You loved that. Like that was.
I did. And it's got some stuff going on there. I think it's good. I'm just going to put this back on the shelf. I will kind of suck up this blob down here so it doesn't run off.
Hello, Veronica.
Muck up something else.
Yes.
But your gel plate is great for
holding things.
Holding things in place so that you don't have to have your fingers. I inevitably get a fingerprint unless I take the time, to wet my paper and all of that stuff that they say, to do.
Let's be honest, she gets a fingerprint and all kinds of things.
Yeah. And if I move this so it's not getting tilted, oh crap.
Sugar biscuits.
Yeah, well, that didn't happen.
Is it going to drip onto other things?
I'm wiping it up. It just went off one end. That's okay.
It was good that it was the closer end.
Yeah. Makes for easier mopping up. Yeah, a little bit of color coming through there. Okay. So we're taking care of that one that's kind of ugly. All right, here's another thing. I've already got watercolor out here, and you know that the watercolor is going to react with the layer that you have underneath, unlike the acrylics. Your acrylics, once you've got them down there, they're there. They're there forever and ever. All right. Yeah, I'm going to just get some water out here.
I don't know. I think what is the largest gel press you can purchase? I think it's like a 14 by 16 or something like that. Or is it a 16 by 16?
I don't know. I mean, I really, I do not know.
Yeah.
I don't
Somebody
know.
will know in the chat or look it up.
All right, I'm not wetting the back side of this because I'm not going to do any, I'm not going to do wet on wet here.
Okay. 16 by 20.
Oh, really?
God, that's huge.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder how that's getting shipped. So Dana, your box is coming back to you. It came in quite handy. So glad you won. And your box came in perfectly handy for sending your giveaway back to you.
Cover that so that I'm not messing up my color swatches. I just got.
Did you taint your swatch?
I did.
How will you know?
As I can see it.
No, I know, but how will you? I mean, your swatch is forever.
I should paint over them with a clear color.
You should, and then you could just wipe it up.
Yeah. I can't now with that, but
No.
I didn't paint the whole thing, so. And basically, you know, what I'm doing here is I'm just painting on, I mean, it's not terribly exciting yet. But remember, some of these we're going to be using or possibly making into ATCs and then coming back in with different maybe stamps, maybe some more, let's say, what do you call it when you, maybe pouncing, maybe a little bit of
Pointing.
The light and fluffy and stencils. I mean, you know, I don't know. Whatever you color you put someplace, just make sure you put it someplace else and everything will be wonderful.
You will create balance.
Yes. Okay,
Susan Billiou has a 16 by 20. She doesn't use it very often. I want to, like, you know, where are you keeping it? And then you have to, like, clean off a space for it. That seems, you.
I would most likely.
Oh, Barbara, yours already went out. I've sent out, like, yours is on your way, honey.
Well, I think this is becoming more interesting. I'm trying, I love this little green that we've got going on here from them sucking together. Let's get a little red.
Nice, Wendy. Yeah. I've noticed that Devin, even on vacation, she has been posting, which has been very awesome to see, like the things that she took some photos and then she did some sketches and she's been posting that. So that's been fun.
You know, the thing about it is, and one of the things that I said to someone who said they really appreciated this because it kind of made them feel like maybe they could do watercolor. And that's the highest compliment I'm concerned.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing what I need to do here. That's what I need to be doing.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly right.
And I am, you know, I've already got my really cool browns down here. I'm just taking that out a little bit because I thought that was a bit strong. I don't know. I do have that color repeated over here a little bit, but maybe I'll take a little bit of my yellow. And
I think that happens to everybody a little bit, Wendy.
What did she say?
Just, you know, going through periods of not feeling arty and not posting. And
Well, I haven't been posting because I've been busy making art.
It's really not her job. I'm the poster. I haven't posted on Instagram in a very long time. And I don't feel bad about it.
I suck at that.
Sometimes I do feel bad about it, but I'm just telling myself that I don't feel bad.
Okay, now, this is about watercolor today. But one of the things I wanted to talk about
Welcome back, Carla.
is the idea of doing your drawing into, and remind me, I want to get out my journal because I did some drawing over the,
People were excited. They like looking in your journal.
okay. Well, no, this is the one I'm going to give away.
Oh, the giveaway one.
If you go in after you've done your watercolor and you add other things, I think it's really important to honor your original design, unless it's really horrible, and then you're allowed to use a really fat marker and just go after it. But I really like to sort of use the shapes that I've got there, maybe go out around them a little bit, but like the little dipsy doodles and doodahs in here, I like to have those and sort of reinforce that.
Burha says she's a fat marker kind of artist.
Are you? I am sometimes.
I like thicker markers. I can't. These pens make me angry. They don't work for me.
Well, I have to be careful because they're very delicate, and they don't last very long.
Well, y'all know how I use a colored pencil, so
Yeah,
that should
she's
just
kind of the
explain
same.
things that these do not work well with my abilities. My approach.
Because basically, this is how I create a lot of my... We should bring the ones up from the gallery room downstairs sometime, Mariah.
What, the paintings?
Yeah, the ones that I've... that started out like something like this and then turned into something completely different.
What we should do is clean the gallery room, and then we could do a little,
Walk through?
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm quite that determined.
I mean, we could dust the things and
These little icicles.
get Izzy's hobo village. That's what Brad calls it. Her little hobo village out of the gallery room, because there's a little tent in there that's been there now for 2 weeks.
And her latest is she has a drink menu, and she sent Popsy to the store with
She wrote out a list.
a list.
Yeah, we told her she couldn't have anything.
We made her write out her own list, so it was educational. And she wrote down the things that she was going to need in order to execute her menu. And of course, aerosol whipping cream was like way at the top, and then chocolate syrup.
Yeah,
it's a good kind made with cane sugar, not corn syrup.
She says, so it's good? I'm like, no. It's just somewhat better. I don't, Yeah. You just appreciate that, Mo.
And I'm trying to get my big fat hand out of the way so that you can see me drawing here, but...
You're doing a great job. I was just thinking that you were doing a really nice job on kind of backing off of there so that way people could see the lines that you're making.
And I know that they're little itty-bitty lines.
Well, and Tricia, we have done a studio tour. There is, in fact, Becky told me it was almost a year ago. Because it was around... And of course the mowers come. Sorry, suckers. I mean... Come on in the morning. Anyway.
I really love these little icicle shapes. I think that they're very cool looking.
But yeah, we've done the studio tour. That was probably, I mean, maybe if we ever get it cleaned up again, we'll do another one. But
yeah, well, don't hold your breath on that one.
Something major has to happen. Thank you, Mo. There's the link to the studio tour. And then you got a tour of P's bedroom and her jewelry. Because her bedroom's right off of the...
I cleaned my room.
It was on Easter 2023. Look at that. Can't believe it was... Like, it feels like it was longer ago that this place was that clean. That's all I'm saying about that. It's a mental thing. Okay, so you're in the zone. I love that, but we need to move along. She could do that for hours.
I could. Now, the next stage on this, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start it. You need a small brush, and I need one of those little jobbers that I had out here the other day. These little things. From Bestie Bushy Round, Creative Mark, number 2. They come to a very sharp point. They're wonderful for this kind of work. And you do need to have your colors mixed up prior to. So what I'm going to do here is, and I will move on because I know Mariah, she's over here
I'm just
chomping at the bit and wants me to, I feel like this kind of lavender gray, because remember this is one of the graphite colors. I like it a lot. The reason I use a bunch of different colors of whatever is because I think when they do separate out in your paint, they're more interesting. Okay, this is going to be really hard to do.
You're doing a good job. Now I can move the camera if people want me to move the P cam so you see her brushwork. But she's trying to keep it off to the side. It's not her normal.
Yeah, and it is really hard for me to, number one, it's sight-wise hard. Okay, so I've got that blue going there. Before I lose that blue, I want to come in someplace else, and I want to give it a go.
She likes things in threes.
And, you know.
Your blue already changed.
Yeah, it already changed. And when you leave it really fat and blobby like that, it's going to look different when it dries than if you really spread it out a lot. All right, I would spend hours on this doing what I'm doing
Just
right
make a
now.
mental note. Just file this in your, hey, I was at that stream. It will probably come back around at times. We'll try to bring it back around as she probably, spends a couple months on it or something. Because these things do.
Yeah. All right, let's get.
I was trying to think about where is that one, and I had it up here for the longest time.
Okay, this, and I should I need to bring in the journal while I'm thinking about how's our time.
You got about 40 minutes.
I'm already into the next hour.
You are.
Okay, Mariah, you
Susanna,
need to
that's
keep
sweet.
this so that we can put this on the book when we put it back
I
in
know.
here.
Well, you said that, and I had it over here.
I know, but Izzy handed it to me to write down one of her sentences.
Yes, I saw all that business.
Okay, so here we are with the watercolor journal.
A lot of people saw birds or turkeys in this.
Oh, and that last one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Ah, how interesting. Okay, so these are the granulated watercolors that we did the other day. And all I did was I just drew,
Yesterday.
voila, little leaf. But I did go with some squares here just for a little bit of, la-di-da, hoop-de-doo. Okay.
Yada yada boo boo.
Yada boo-boo. Now this is going to be kind of hard because I want some water in here because I want to get some stuff going on.
Some blooming.
I want some blooming to go on here. I don't necessarily want like a whole lot of blooming to go on, but I want enough here that at least I've got that kind of thing there happening. Isn't that lovely? Not going to change. Oh, I'm going to just...
We've talked about setting up some kind of, like they do with birds and whatnot. Their class was watching these eagles, but setting up a webcam for P. But I just, She snacks a lot. Get to watch her watching Korean. I guess. And she would never remember to turn it on, like when she's just doing art. So it'd have to be all the
well,
time.
I did. I was so proud of myself once I turned it on, and I was just talking and had
did a whole
wonderful,
video.
wonderful dialogue and everything, and I was doing the ceiling.
Yep. It was great audio. I told her, best audio ever.
And that, I thought that was really sweet of Mariah to say that. Okay, now I want to get in some...
We could have released it as a podcast. Should have. I probably still have it somewhere. I love that. Yeah, motion sensor muted.
There you go. That would be great.
Yeah, but that's what I said. But you know, a lot of it would be you eating and watching like your Korean soap opera thingies.
All right, I just neutralized an orange back here, but I'm not painting that whole leaf. I'm leaving a lot of that leaf just like it is, but I went out of the area there so that you could see what was going on as far as what happens when you go over a color. Now, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to strengthen a little bit and add a little bit more blue to the edge here.
Oh, that's awesome. And hello, Jennifer. Yes, Eileen, and hello. So people are for this. They want to hang out with you. It was even mentioned that like there could be a special subscription.
No, that's great.
I think like you'd have to sign like a waiver that you don't, you know.
Okay, now see what I just did there with that watercolor outside of that? I mean that blob of water there? I'm just going to have to live with that unless I want to just wait and come back to it. Because it's going to go out past the...
Yeah.
It's going to move past the... But sometimes you don't have to stay with your outlines that you've drawn in there. You can go outside. It doesn't matter. You know, you're the one doing the watercolor.
Yeah. You do you.
Wonderful. Okay. Now I've got... Now I got a little blue in there. I guess that kind of determines what we're going to do here.
Oh, there you go. Yes,
I can make that. I can make that into a wonderful brown.
I love the top one. I love that mix of yellow and pinky, you know.
I do too, and I'm not liking this color down here at all. So here's what you can do.
You need to blob it off.
You can suck it up.
Yeah, that's, yeah. There you go.
And then we'll add a little bit more of that yellow there and make it look like it belongs to that leaf up there at the top.
I like that idea, Susan. Betty says, this is fascinating. P, you are a master.
No.
She's good at the things that she does.
I am. I have a very limited repertoire of, okay, and that blue is really kind of bothering me. So we're just going to pick up a little orange.
Hey, Christopher.
Hi, Christopher.
I'm sorry, I have missed many shows lately, and I apologize for that. It's just been trying to, like, you know, do this every day, get orders. I'm so happy with the new machine, though. Stamps are now, you know, under control and, you know, back to our regular kind of processing, which is so lovely. So lovely.
Okay, I need a little, I need some purple here. There we go.
Very nice.
Very
Hey,
nice.
yeah, you brought that back around. That red
I
was
know.
that red was just kind of taking over.
It was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's use a whole different idea here with, and I'm not going to do all of these leaves on camera. I just want to do some of them so that whoever receives this journal at the end of the
Can see a little bit of what it was.
can see. And I do want, and I thought it would be fun because I know that you
Definitely, Susanna would like to adopt you.
oh, bless her heart. Where do you live, sweetie?
I don't know if you know what you're getting yourself
If you
into,
live in a
Susanna.
nice large city that has access to thrift stores, I'll be there next week.
She doesn't really even care about that. As long as she can order from Amazon, she's really pretty happy.
I could do cave
Mm-hmm.
as long as I can order from Amazon. I think that this is, it's not doing as much as I wanted it to do and altering that original color, these metallic watercolors. But, you know.
Hey, you can. Christopher said he'd adopt you as well. Look at this. You've got.
I've got places to go.
Oh,
That's really good that you
she's
say
in-
that because when Mariah gets ugly with me and, you know, starts nagging me to get rid of stuff, I'll just say, I have places I can go, Mariah.
And we'll
She
send
didn't
you
do
there,
that.
and then we can pack up all our stuff.
Yeah, you might be sorry that you opened that can of worms
Uh-huh.
when I show up on your doorstep.
Yes, that's true. With all of her things, she's in Portugal.
I've always wanted to go to Portugal. I am serious.
She says it's warm there.
Fado, Amalia Rodriguez. Oh, I've listened to her and she just, I mean, even just saying that, I got the chills. I love Fado singing.
Hi,
And I'm
Acme.
pretty sure she's from Portugal. I'm pretty sure. I feel confident saying that.
Yes.
Let's get some dirty yellow down here. We want
And Jennifer says you can come to Minnesota. I think we need to plan a trip, like just a little.
Yeah, we need to plan it out so that we can just, you know, kind of hit y'all on our route.
Well, no, I'm gonna send you, and then Brad and I can then do things around the house.
Oh no, I'm not. I already know.
She wants to have me
Oh
with her.
hell no! I know what exactly that means.
Home Alone.
Home alone, and my studio is unguarded. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now I'm going to kind of get a dirty red here. That's because I've got some really nice hooky green right there.
I love that. Your pinky thing there might be a little bold, but it's gonna fade in too. So.
Yeah, and it's not dry. Ooh, see, that looks really nice. I'm going to go over this one up here, the shiny stuff, and see what happens when you put color on top of the
Bye, Wendy.
shiny stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Happy Easter. You know, we're streaming every day, so you can pop in if you want.
Okay, let's see. We don't have any, what
Tomorrow's
do we need?
Good Friday. Izzy's
We've
home.
got blue, we've got red, we've got yellow.
You need kind of a purpley or something.
I need more a purple. A real
and more.
honest-
I think a lavendery purple. I don't think you want to go purple.
Is that lavendery enough for you? That's kind of...
Yeah, that's pretty good. Because I think it's gonna.
Well, I got too dead much water out there, so...
She says when she moves to her new place, you're welcome to come.
This is... I mean, this kind of work in these little small areas like this.
It's tricky.
Okay. I'll just leave that like that. And our last one here... Let's go ahead and have a little bit more of this green.
And I like that green mixed in there with that pink. If y'all don't notice, just right down here. That does nice things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at these leaves, how cool they're looking. I'm not liking this top leaf
Love it, Bruja.
so much where, you know, it's actually on the other color. But I still, I think it shows you what is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason I did this little line work here is because You don't, is it okay if I just go on with this for a little bit?
You know what? You do you. They're
Okay.
very happy. But I would like to say that Bruja has volunteered to carry your luggage, and Mo is going to hold the door.
Hot diggity.
I
Can
mean,
we
you
have
have
you
a whole-
both show up at the same place?
You have a whole entourage. I'm loving this. Y'all just come pick her up.
Oh.
I'll pack her bag for you. Send her on a little tour. Brad and I will get things, squared away
Oh
here.
my God, I'll come home and I won't even know. I
Oh,
won't
that's not true.
even know that I live here anymore.
That's not true. We just need to square
Okay.
things away.
Now we talk about positive, negative. I think this all sounds marvelous.
She really is getting into this.
Yeah. I just my thing is I really hate sitting on an airplane for hours. That is just it really kills me. It didn't used to, but anyway.
We need to charter you a bus.
Yes, so that I can get up and, make the trip so I can go on a train, because I love that. You can get up, you can walk around, you can go get a Bloody Mary on your own. You don't have to wait for them to deliver it to you, and you aren't cramped. Train travel is, as far as I'm concerned, that's the way to go.
That's what she wants to do.
All right, now getting back to what we're doing here.
Yes.
I really appreciate this all, and it just warms my heart. We're going to do a little negative here, because number one, I do not want to try to get inside that little stuff there. And this is kind of a dull, icky color, but I think I can pull it off and maybe separate the viney stuff from the background. So I'm going to mix up a blue over here with like a bunch of different colors of blue. And then I'm going to put some water with the blue that I've got going on here.
Uh-huh.
And I want to get my brushes out of the way because they're blocking my access to my... I like to keep a little plain water there just in case I want to change the color that I've got going on there. And this is obviously not level because, anyway. Okay.
Oh, there you go, Bruja. Which blue did you choose there?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, now I'm going to come back and get a little bit more stronger blue there, and you can see how I put that down and it sort of sucked it around and did things to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to add a little bit of, I don't know what this color is here, royal blue.
It is everywhere. Which is great. I mean, that's a great thing.
And that's not quite strong enough, so I'm going to pick up a little bit more. My palette always looks like crap.
Yeah. And she goes for the middle on the paints. She doesn't even things out.
I want it to touch in spots, but in other spots I don't.
Right. I like that. I wasn't sure where this was going, but it's making sense.
I'm not going to paint those leaves today, so that we're kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, I really do. I like that blue up there. A lot.
This is manganese blue, so of course you do.
It's royal.
Well, it's in the blues that you like.
Yeah.
Miami Vicey.
Mm-hmm. You should go blue or stay at home.
Yeah. Definitely, Darcy. Definitely. And it seems that Christy has offered. Christy Hartman said she'll drive the RV if you're into that kind of mode of travel.
Oh my goodness, yes, because you can get up and walk about the cabin in that kind of situation. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, now, once this is dry,
Come back and
if you
assess.
would like to come back in and define your lines a little bit more, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just another way to accomplish something. Down here on this one, I can come in before I do my leaves, and I can add a little bit of color right next to them.
Creating a shadow.
You know, just, and it's totally dependent on what you want to do. I like doing wild and crazy watercolors, but sometimes I like to do this piddly stuff. And I am probably going to get some blooming going on that. I don't really care. I know that you people that
You people don't do
you people that do watercolors all the time are probably
a little horrified by what
a little horrified.
It'll be all right. Again, we have prefaced it, but if you are coming in, this is mixed media watercolor.
Mixed media watercolor.
So
now I took one watercolor class one summer
hi, Eddie.
from remember Gary Gorey? Oh, I loved him.
I kind of remember.
And I had this necktie that I got at the Goodwill.
Is he the BS one?
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was written in mirror writing down the front. On the inside, it had a pinup of Hedy Lamarr.
It was a fantastic. You gave it to.
I traded for paints. Whole bunch. He gave me all of the paints that he had demonstrated with for that.
I'd rather have the tie.
Well, at the time, I was really, we were
I didn't have money.
Super poor. We didn't have any money at all because both of us were going to graduate school.
Two kids.
Had 2 children and a dog. Okay, that's all we're going to do for today in the book.
Yeah.
Here. I'm going to come back in and I'll do some more work. And I absolutely will do some more work on the leaves with drawing on them after they have a coat of watercolor.
Okay, are we going to do the giveaway for this?
Yes, we are going to do the giveaway. And I will do an inscription inside of the book.
Okay. Well, I feel bad that Eddie headed out, but, you know.
You have to be here to get the book.
Okay, and actually, here's also what I'm going to say about the book. Those of you that are international, I am not going to pay shipping. If you want to enter, because we're going to do the little hashtag thing, and you are cool with paying for shipping, then it'll probably be about, like our flat rate, and the reason we charge that is because it kind of averages out this way, is $24.72. That's US dollars. Because my guess is that's about what it's going to cost to ship that thing. Because it's a little bit heavy. But I also want to make sure that it doesn't get messed up. So oh, that's sweet, Barbara. That's sweet. So if you want this and you want to pay the shipping international, cool. Then we're golden. Everybody got that? Just want to make sure that, to let me know. Yes, yes, yes. Those of you that are, international, that plan on entering, and just kind of want confirmation that that was heard. Okay, let me queue up Nightbot here while...
Now, what is the hashtag?
I don't know yet. Hold on.
Hashtag leaf book.
Don't start yet, because I haven't even got Nightbot yet.
Oh. Oh, Eddie, you better stay.
Oh, he's still kind of lurking. He couldn't walk away yet. So he said leaf book.
Buy a white tie and watercolor on it. Hey, there you go.
All right, so you're going to want to... I put it in the chat, leaf book. That's what you're going to want to put in there. I will let you guys kind of go for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to set this aside and allow it to dry before I close it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll work on this one because this is kind of the same thing. I've come in with my marker, it obviously is a little bit bigger one than I have here. And I've got the silver stuff through the on here.
I'm very interested in these because I think that's kind of interesting. It's a little bit different, and that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice, Barbara. It won't tell us which one, but I guess if you get chosen, you're gonna have to decide, was it Eddie's or was it yours?
Who?
If Barbara.
Oh.
Maybe y'all could share custody.
Yes. Okay, I've got some colors mixed up here. I'm very happy with that. I want to do a background here that's a little more loosey-goosey.
Okay.
Even though I know it's going to muss around here, I think it's going to be worth it.
All right, I think I've got everybody because it looks like it stopped there. So I'm going to roll, and then, you know, it'll show up, and there is a little delay and it gets weird. So, you know. There we go. Ellen Bacon. Aw, Ellen. All right, I have Ellen's address. So, no need to let me know. I know where you live, unless you've moved. Now, that's always, you know, in case. Some people are moving these days, so just like to put that out there. You need to let me know. I don't want to be shipping it to the old address.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, we should say, the lady in Brazil, boy, what a sweetheart she's been.
And they don't know about this, you know.
Do they know about her?
No, this is just an ongoing thing. But we had quite the whole, like, drama about getting a shipment or shipments to Brazil. But we've now figured that out. Yay for us. And her. I think it's a her. I don't know. I don't like to make these assumptions.
I want to get this action going out here where I've got my sparkly stuff.
Your sparkly stuff?
You know, the sparkly stuff?
Your sparkly stuff? Okay. I mean, mine.
And it's very soupy on the edges here. I should have put this on a gel plate. Yeah, I could still do that. I have one that's open. Well, that's got a little bit of stuff on it, but it's no big deal. I'm going to slip it on there and smush it down.
Put some fingerprints in it. And
well, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be mine if it didn't have. Okay, now, do you see why I like that gel plate holding that watercolor in place? You get a lot better stuff going on here. And I do like to leave, I would tell my kids at school, we call them sparkles.
Yeah.
I like to leave a few sparkles because it just says watercolor when you have some white paper showing through. And I tell Izzy,
yes, Apple, it would.
You're not painting freaking walls, okay?
But I don't have an email address for you yet because this one needs to clean out her email and get access to it again. I'll let you know when that happens. And maybe this might motivate her. So thank you for asking, Apple. Thank you.
Pardon? I don't
Your
know.
audiobook.
Oh, yes, from Clarissa.
Yes.
Pincola Estad. Okay. So I've kind of got, you know, that purple amethysty color going on there. I like this. What do y'all think?
It's beautiful. And the sparkles are sparkles.
And they are. Okay, and I can come back in and redefine those leaves and whatnot at a later stage. Just have to know when enough's enough.
There you go. Yeah, let them know. Get a gel plate.
Running that little... There we go.
It just
there
needed
we go.
a little...
That little rivulet of amethyst there is kind of glomming around that.
That rivulet.
Rivulet.
Of amethyst.
Amethyst.
Okay, you got 15 minutes.
I got 15 minutes. Well, let's check our... I think it's dry. Shall we do it?
Oh, is this
I'm so excited about this one.
I am too. I don't know if you're pulling too soon, but
if it feels like it's not cool,
okay.
It's as dry as it's going to get.
Okay. Looking good so far. Hi, Nita. Those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat and give those thumbsy upsies.
I'm peeling away the gel plate.
Yes.
From the paper.
It all came up. Oh, except for the little tiny corner, but that's okay.
Lost one corner. But, I mean, it's not.
No, that is not a... Here, move it over towards your watercolors. There you go. Look at that. 3 streams worth, at least. It might have been 4, but I think it's 3.
I think it's just 2. No, it might have been 3 because that's when we did the open that was our first day, wasn't it?
That was Sunday when I wasn't around. Then you did the flowers off camera. I think.
I did the flowers off camera.
So really, technically, this has only really been shown in 2 streams.
Well, Christy, I just really, you know...
Why are you saying Christy? Those are not hers. Bradley designed those.
These are cherry blossoms?
Our PM Artist Studio. Bradley.
Well, I must say...
She thought they were your Christy. It's a Christy style.
They are. Very much, you know? Okay, that's good. I don't have to...
That's funny.
All right, well, this is a little bumpy. It isn't going to get any better. I don't know that it's going to come off.
She did flash it yesterday. Okay. So, see, it was shown in 3.
I just knew that was Christy's design. But I love it. It's wonderful. Well, the edges are doing good. Oh.
That's where I was worried. It's because those... It was so
we know where our edges are going to come up. But we're not sure about...
Oh, wait until you see this latest one he has designed. It's pretty darn good.
And I could pull a Fran here and, you know, glue that back down.
Oh, yes, Zap has been released to Gen Pop. Thank you for mentioning them. Oh, look at you. You were on top of things.
Oh, this is really... But, you know, lesson to be learned.
It was thick. We knew it was thick. Tried pulling with a metallic.
And here is the thing that we learned here. Very valuable lesson. The lighter you go with your... See those big areas there?
They're chunky.
Chunky. They just are not going to pull. So do... look at this, what we got going on out here. I can't be mad at it because I don't know. I still think it's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably could pick this stuff off. I'm not going to do that because I'm not that desperate. I think I can replicate this and do it right the next time.
I like the challenge.
When you are painting on and doing this sort of, you want to make sure that you have your colors diluted enough that they're not creating peaks and valleys.
Well, and I think that one of the reasons that, so like what, you know, Eddie and Teresa and Devin has done it a lot because she does the pan pastels, which I think is similar to kind of what Eddie and Teresa have been doing with the magicals or the, you know, the little shimmery powder business, is that it's thin.
Yeah.
And so, but P did it with paint, and she gets a little, she paints like I use colored pencil.
But you can see here, where I went over it lightly, that all came up. It was just out here in the middle where, you know, I had like...
Darcy says you could lift the rest with tissue and collage it back on. And that might even look kind of cool.
It might be, because that's kind of what we're doing anyway.
Yeah.
Well, hot diggity. What, I don't know what to use here to get this up with.
Well, I think you should just use like a medium.
Oh.
You know, something clear and sticky.
My soft gel gloss.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to paint it on or do I want to brayer it on?
I don't know. Probably just brayer it on there.
I'm painting it on.
Okay.
It was a rhetorical question.
Okay. I'm glad that I participated. My answer was rhetorical. How about that?
There you go. I've got a lot of rhetoric flying around in the air here. I don't know. Somebody might say we needed hip waders because it's getting a
A
little
little deep in here.
just a little deep in the BS department. All right, well, let's see what.
Oh, well, that probably was pretty smart, because at least with the brush, then you can kind of get into those edges. Yeah, you can iron out some of that business.
Or I'll have the same thing.
Well, it's, yeah, you're just going to have that wrinkle business.
We'll see if this works, by golly.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, what actually did we have to lose here? Because it was pretty much a lost process. We got a lot of nice gold paper on this little job right here. But we could use this a bit for the basis of a collage.
Hey, it could be a really awesome ATC. Or 2 or 3 of them, maybe. Maybe.
This is gloss, so
Okay, I was going to say, what are you doing?
It's gloss. Just going ahead and getting those edges down that were, you know,
flaking off anyway.
Going someplace.
Yeah, there you go. Brush that out a little.
But you see this one spot here. Isn't that interesting?
It is wet strength tissue, yes.
I got the texture, but it didn't bring the paint.
I knew that paint was thick. Okay.
Yeah.
You got 8 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's I need for you to take care of that brush for me because I can't put it in my water.
Okay.
My water is my watercolor water.
I'll go find a little dish.
Thank you, Mariah. Hopefully this works. But I definitely think it was something worth trying. Because I think that would be cool stuff to get out. Okay, what else do I have back here? Okay, we've got this watercolor and it's dry. Look how cool it looks.
Here, and then I think everybody should get a little peeky at this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, look at I'm loving this. How this captured some of the really dark.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the glass beads are nice with the watercolor. Definitely the little pebbly things.
Those are kind of my favorite.
I think this has possibilities if I just do it a little bit differently. And I think this, the trick to this is to maybe leave more spaces in between your shiny stuff. I mean, I even like this, my coffee stuff. But the coffee stuff goes really well with the metallic.
That worked great. The snail thing.
This looks mud. I love that.
The snail thing just needs something else.
Oh, it does not. It's just cute. Look at it. It's spitting out little...
It sneezed.
Slimy thing.
It's got a cold.
And if you look up here, you can see a little bit of that shimmer of the watercolor.
Bye, Christy.
But man, look at that. When you do that with this, are you looking at that?
Yes.
Are you seeing that?
That's awesome.
And this down here that looks flat brown, when it's flat, if you tilt it a little bit.
Yes.
And you could come back over with a dry brush and do a little dry brush over the top of those rocks. Create a little glimmer. And look, this held up nicely. I'm really quite surprised. I thought that orange would lose its...
Yeah, the plan is for me to collage tomorrow, right? Isn't tomorrow my...
Is tomorrow your day?
Collage day? Let me double
I thought
check.
Saturday was.
Mariah's day to shine.
It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad we got this going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show them what my collage is. Are we going to collage together?
We can collage together. We got to move the camera and stuff, but that's why it's tricky to collage together.
Yeah, it is. We might have to I get bored to tears.
I know, I'm thinking about that and getting a little worried.
Because I can't just sit here and watch you do that. Because then I get snippy and snotty.
Well, you could be working on maybe that sort of thing.
Well, I could.
We just have to, be better.
Because everybody kind of knows.
Checking chat.
This was like the ugly duckling of the bunch. It really honestly was. But I just think that looks so spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I love this a lot. But I don't really like the way it looks. I think what I needed to do was make more little drawy lines in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, or you can collage tomorrow. Hi, Patty.
No, I want you to collage.
Okay.
I think that's important. I've got things I can be doing over here.
Okay. And I can, show things. And if we do need to move the camera, we certainly can. It's just, gets a little...
Well, I've got my brand new camera. All we need is a mount.
I can't run another camera.
You can't run another camera.
It's barely handling, because you remember, we're running 3 cameras already.
Well, what if we took away all the face cameras?
I could, well, mine's here. So it's sort of, but I could turn mine off, and then we could just do side-by-side top cams if y'all want that. Or, let me think about that overnight a little bit. Because also, like, where to mount it and how to mount it. I can do that, actually, because we have the light.
We're not doing screenshots.
No,
thumbnails.
I have all the thumbnails ready. So there's us,
Excellent.
thinking out loud in front of y'all. I hope that's interesting.
Yeah.
The logistics of the camera situations and, like, if you guys are... Yeah.
Because you would lose something to get something.
Yeah. I can only run so many cameras. I like the P-cam. Like, watching her, she's way more entertaining as far as, like, faces and what she does. But sometimes she forgets if... But that's sometimes good. So if I could keep this one, I could dump my camera and put one of the other of these.
Or you could use my phone.
No, I can't do that because it has to be, in order to run, I'm just going to tell all y'all, this is the crazy thing. And it kind of sucks because in order to run the iPhone as a camera, it has to be connected to the same Apple account.
So it's not going to recognize another phone.
It's not.
It's going to say, "We already got that. Thank you very much."
Right. That's why we couldn't run. That's why we couldn't use Josh's that one time.
Okay,
so,
good to know.
I might be able to hook my other one in, but it might get confused as well because it's also an iPhone 12, and it seems to create some little funniness with all of that. But I might play with that here in a little bit because our stream will be in the morning. So there you go. Or we can just double screen top down. And I got a mount.
You said on the days we didn't have it was going to be at 3. The days we didn't usually do it.
Yeah, tomorrow is a day that we don't usually do it, is at 10 a.m. Like I said, with all the days that aren't our usual days, we do at 10 a.m. I didn't realize now the little baby's home, so it really wouldn't have necessarily mattered.
She's home tomorrow?
Yes, it's Good Friday. It's Easter weekend. There you go, guys. Thanks for hanging with us and figuring out all that logistic nonsense. Hope you enjoyed this watercolor weird kind of mixed media session with P over here. Tomorrow there will be collaging and maybe 2 people doing it at once. Who knows?
Who knows?
Stay tuned and we'll see you back here tomorrow, guys. Thanks for hanging.
Bye. Alrighty.